Yes, brothers and sisters, happy Tuesday, the 1st of March. Quick video. Try and wrap it up in a couple of minutes. I've got to get to work. Now, anyone that's been following my journey might have known that I was going to be collecting my 60-day chip from the fellowship last night for 60 days clean and serene time, green chip. Instead, I come away with a white one because on Sunday night when I got back from Manchester, teamed up with a kid in the car and doing him a bit, running him about, doing him a couple of favours. And in the end, stupidly, for reasons that I won't explain and reasons that I won't excuse, and I won't attempt to justify the reason that I put the tip of my finger into, a bag of the fashionable yet destructive party substance, put it on the tip of my tongue and rubbed that into my gums. And immediately, when my tongue went numb 20 seconds later or something, immediately I knew that was classed as using. Regardless of the amounts that I ingested, it's not like, it's not the same psychoactivity you get as inhaling it through the nasal passage, but it had to be classed as using. I cannot be doing stuff like that in recovery. So, never slept a wink on Sunday night. Monday, been my favourite day yesterday, wasn't so favoured. Gone through a lot of emotions, negative ones. Anger, sorrow, misery, regret, loss, resentment. Not nice. But I was never not going to tell my sponsor about that. I was never not going to be honest in the meeting about that. And I was never going to collect my 60-day chip knowing full well that I'd ingested some of that. So, honesty has to be at the forefront of my recovery, and honesty has to take presidency now in my life, the path that I'm on, especially anything to do with recovery. I couldn't not tell my sponsor, I couldn't not share it in a meeting, and like I say, I couldn't have collected that clean and serene chip because, it's classed as using. You understand that? But I'm not going to deviate from the program. I started my step 1 last night. I'm not going to, let this hiccup that now I believe this morning when I've woke up, I believe that it was always meant to happen. I believe this was always meant to happen. I believe it was a test, sacrificing this bit of clean time. Because I have to be honest, I wanted to just go and grab a queue and just go and ride on it. Just think, right, I've lost my clean time. Let's just go, exercise the demons. Nah, not at all. I'm not going to deviate from the program. I'm not going to deviate from the way I'm living my life. I'm not going to deviate from being honest. The openness and the willingness, that's massive requirements in recovery. But I didn't read my Just for Today on Friday till about mid-morning. And I didn't take the book with us to Manchester, so I lost 3 days. Where this isn't an excuse, but this is me telling you how easy it is to lose contact with my higher power. Last Thursday, Genesis, what I was struggling with, was explained to us in full, and I get it now. And I need to start reading the Bible again, as I've done this morning, because what I got out of reading that Bible for the first 5 or 6 weeks in recovery was unbelievable, and I want it back. Don't mistake me for a Christian just yet, but felt good to read the Bible this morning, and I realised it hasn't always to be taken to its full literal extent. I'm back on my just for today in the morning. And now, like I said, that's how easy it is to let your ritual, your morning routine slip, which is so important in recovery, setting yourself up for the day. So, thanks for listening. And the fella came round with a few of the T-shirts last night, prototypes. We're getting knee divvies round Ian Mush on the front, and we're getting Have Gum Shield Will Travel on the back. Also, some big news regarding the podcast coming shortly. It's getting elevated to the next level. Studios, cameras, speakers, green screens, you name it. You name it. This studio that I was looking at last night is the Mutts Nuts, and it's there for my availability, as and when, and like I say, this podcast over the next coming months, this podcast is going to get elevated to the next level. This channel and this podcast of mine, it's my baby. I built it, and I'm going to put some proper time and effort into it. You know, it's not going to be the amateur, raw, you know, novice type podcast, you know, that it's been. Even though I've really enjoyed doing it, you know, it really is getting elevated to the next level. So thank you very much for listening, people. Stay tuned. Go out and smash your day. Bye-bye for now.